Welcome to today's session on academic training. This session will provide you with all of the details you need to take advantage of the employment opportunities available to you while studying at Georgetown. Let's get started by reviewing the definition of academic training. Academic training is the work authorization for J1 students participating in off-campus employment and internships. Academic training must be authorized for both paid and unpaid positions. Now let's review the eligibility requirements for academic training. The good news is that all J1 students are immediately eligible to apply for academic training. However, the unpaid or paid position must be directly related to the field of study listed on your Form DS 2019. You must have received a job offer. You get to decide when you want to use academic training. You may apply for academic training during the academic school year while you are still taking classes. This is what we call pre-completion academic training. Or you can apply at the end of your program of study at Georgetown. This type of authorization is called post-completion academic training. So how long can you work on academic training? You can apply for academic training for a period equal to the length of your program. This means J1 exchange students who are here for only one semester receive 4.5 months of academic training. J1 exchange students who are here for a full academic year receive 9 months. J1 degree-seeking students receive the length of their program or up to 18 months if the program lasts longer. J1 PhD students are allowed 36 months of academic training. If you have already used pre-completion academic training, the amount of pre-completion academic training you completed during the academic year will be deducted from your total post-completion time. For example, Naoka is an exchange student studying at Georgetown for a full academic year. She arrived in August and she will finish her exchange program in May. She is eligible to work off-campus for 9 months under the academic training authorization. She decides to participate in a 3-month internship during the spring semester. How much post-completion academic training does she have? 6 months. Now let's review the application process. The first step is to obtain a job offer letter on company letterhead. Check the letter to make sure it contains all of the required information. Position description, position title, number of hours per week you'll be working, dates of employment, supervisor's name, title, and contact information, employment address, state whether the job is paid or unpaid. After you review your job offer letter for completeness, you should ask your academic advisor to sign the academic training authorization form and submit the form to OIP. In addition to the application form and job offer letter, you will need to submit a copy of your I-94 record, which you can print from the following URL. If you still have a paper I-94 card, please submit a scanned copy of the front and back of the card. If you are applying for post-completion academic training, you will need to submit additional documents. These documents include proof of insurance. If you are a member of the Georgetown University Health Insurance Plan, then your insurance is valid until August. You will also need to submit documentation showing you have enough funds to support yourself for the duration of the academic training period. You will need to show approximately $2,232 per month. The next piece of information is critical. Applications must be received and approved prior to the end date on the Form DS 2019. OIP recommends applying 2 weeks prior to your end date. If you try to apply for academic training after the program end date listed on the DS 2019, your application will be denied. For both pre- and post-completion academic training, you'll want to submit all of your application documents to OIP. Let's recap what you need to turn into the office. Your job offer letter, the academic training authorization form signed by your academic advisor, I-94 record, And if you are applying for post-completion academic training, you will need to submit proof of health insurance and financial documentation. If your application is approved, OIP will authorize academic training and issue you a new DS 2019. Processing time takes 3 to 5 business days. It's very important to remember that you can only work during the authorized dates of your academic training and at the authorized location. Students are limited to part-time work at no more than 20 hours per week during the academic year, and are permitted full-time work during official university breaks and vacations. If you are on post-completion academic training, you are allowed to work full-time, and there are no hour restrictions. Once you receive your new DS 2019, you'll want to apply for a Social Security number if your job is paid. You should visit internationalservices.georgetown.edu SSN to confirm your eligibility and review the application process. The closest and most helpful Social Security Administration office is located at 2100 M Street Northwest. Please consult their website at www.ssa.gov. Note that while processing can take some time, you can begin working with the receipt from your Social Security number application. Taxes are one of the other crucial components of employment requirements in the United States. Make sure you review OIP's International Student Tax Questionnaire at the following URL. The questionnaire is updated and ready to use by mid-January each year. Keep in mind that taxes are typically due by April 15th. Now, just a couple final reminders for students applying for post-completion academic training. Traveling during the post-completion academic training period requires that all of your immigration documents are up to date and valid. In order to return to the United States from a trip abroad, you must present the following documents at the port of entry: a valid passport, valid 6 months into the future, a valid unexpired J-1 visa stamp in your passport, a valid DS 2019 with the academic training authorization and travel signature from OIP, the offer letter from your employer, financial documentation. Don't forget to report any address changes or any change in your academic training or employment to our office. Yes, you can extend your academic training. However, you must hold consecutive positions. This means that periods of unemployment are not allowed. You must apply for academic training extension prior to your current academic training end date. Think about this requirement carefully if you plan on applying for several academic training positions during your post-completion period in the United States. After you finish your academic training period, you have a 30-day grace period in which to remain in the United States. If you travel outside the United States during this time, you are no longer eligible to enter on your J-1 visa. Here is the contact information of your IS advisor. Make sure you reach out to our office if you have any concerns or questions related to your J-1 immigration status. We hope you found this online session helpful, and we look forward to working with you throughout your stay at Georgetown.